Hi, my name is Abahi and I'm a claims adjuster. In this video today, we are going to go over what it costs to become a claims adjuster. Stay tuned. I'm a claims adjuster. I love the industry because it's very, very lucrative. If you let me, I'll help you make money in this industry too. But first, you have to do some certain steps to become an insurance adjuster and to get work. Now, some people are going to wonder why you need to become licensed to become an insurance adjuster. Insurance industries deal a lot with law and contracts. But the key thing is that they deal with a whole lot of money. A lot of it. Why? Because insurance policies have limits that go up to the millions of dollars. A home policy may cover, let's say, 300 to the last house claim I had, his policy limit was $438,000. As an adjuster, if I don't take care of that $438 correctly, I can put him in a bad position and I can put my company in a bad position to where I'm paying out money that I'm not supposed to, or even worse, that I'm not paying out money that I am supposed to pay out that belongs to that homeowner, so they can get indemnified, which means that they get their home restored to its original condition. Another reason that you have to be licensed is because you are dealing a lot with policy, as it is called, is actually a contract of insurance. It is a legally binding document that says that as the homeowner or policy owner, because you might have to be dealing with a car, as a policy owner, I agree to pay this company this amount so that in the event that certain things happen, which is listed on this contract, they will help get me back to my original condition by giving me a check to pay for material, supplies, labor, and the like to getting it back. For example, somebody's hardwood floors might be damaged from a leak that they had from a pipe. Well, depending on what contract you have with your insurance, you as an adjuster will decide how much that person gets. And you also have to be very knowledgeable in insurance policies so that you don't catch yourself into a situation where you're doing something fraudulent, and that you can recognize fraudulent activities. Those are things that as an adjuster you have to learn and know about, so that government has required, just like with medical professionals, real estate professionals, nurses, and the legal professionals, you have to take an exam to be able to become a part of that industry. Now, before you take the exam, you have to learn something. And unlike real estate, which is usually a 2-week class, legal community or lawyers that have to take 3 years of school after they do 4 years of undergrad, unlike the medical professional that has to do residency, medical school, and undergrad, insurance only requires a 40-hour course. And in fact, some states you don't have to take a course at all. But you want to be knowledgeable in the facts of what you're doing. You wouldn't trust your homeboy or homegirl, your cousin, or Billy Joe Bob, Sally Sue, or Mary, who never pulled a tooth in their life and has no knowledge of what a molar is or what a root canal is. Would you trust that person? They don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to apply the right anesthesia. They don't know how to identify what tooth is causing the problem. This is why you have to be licensed. Insurance companies and people who are going to help you get paid by putting you to work and by you becoming their employee want you to be knowledgeable, and they really, really want you to be experienced, because you're not dealing with somebody's health, you're dealing with somebody's money. And the insurance industry is a $1 trillion industry with a T. Movie, entertainment, gaming industry, they're all $1 billion industries. Okay, insurance is a $1 trillion industry. They're not playing around with this money. So yes, you do have to get your course, and you do have to get licensed. Now, for most courses, I found them to range between $89, which is really just going to give you a pamphlet or a booklet, to up to $329, I believe. Oh, excuse me, $395 is if you want to like go in person. Now, they do have online classes And those online classes will range, again, anywhere between about $139 to $295 I've seen online too. Email me or just type in the comments below what state you're in, and I can help get you some more information on how much your specific course is going to cost. Now, the ones that cost like the $89, that's only in Georgia. The $139 is a few more states than Georgia, but majority of you can expect to pay anywhere between $199 to $295 for your online course. And if you want to go in person, expect to pay upwards of $400. You have completed your 40-hour course. Congratulations. I have a video that I'll link right here that will tell you what you need to do next. Now, if you haven't, here's what you need to expect when you completed your 40-hour course. To take the exam, you're either going to go through a company called Pearson VUE or you're going to go through Prometrics. The state exam to take the Prometrics test will range between $40 and $65. For New York, when I took the New York exam, I think it was even $44. I believe the Georgia one was somewhere in like the 60s, okay? So if you fail the exam, which people do, it happened to me, you do have to repay for your exam. In the state of Georgia, if you fail the exam 3 times, you have to go back and take that course again. I don't know if you have to pay again. Luckily, I didn't have to go down that track, but I know people do fail multiple times. In fact, the pass rates for Georgia, taking it the first time is 64%, but taking it the second time, I think is only like 38%. In Texas, the pass rates taking it the first time are even lower. It's about 40%. So if you do not have a state that gives the insurance exam, go ahead and take the Georgia exam because the pass rates are much better. And Florida is a whole different ball game. There's different courses you can take, so you don't have to take the exam, but I don't know how much those courses are. If you're in Florida, can you just comment below and let us know how much those courses are? And I believe they're given through different college communities. Now, the Florida license is more expensive to get. I think it's $139. Actually, let's go over this now. After you pass your exam, so you take your 40-hour course, you pass your exam, now you have to apply for your license. The Florida license is $58, but you have to get these fingerprints after you get that license, which is going to run you about $49. And then you have to get what they call an appointment, which is $61. So altogether, you'll be spending about $150 to get the Florida license. The Georgia license costs $115. Texas license, which people tend to like to get, is $50. And each of these licenses lasts for a time period. So every 2 years, or like in Michigan, which is only a $15 license, that one you have to renew every year. North Carolina's license is about $175. The Kentucky license is like $50. Maryland doesn't have a license. Alabama, Mississippi, both of those licenses are $100. In Louisiana, it's $55. To get your New York license, which you have to take a different exam for, it's $100 and some dollars. You also have to get a bond, which was about $175, and fingerprinting was about $20. Yeah, but that depends per state you're in, because you have to go to the police station. Those were $20. If you just committed a crime, do not go get fingerprints, right? You know? And your Hawaii license is going to run you, man, about $220. Your Hawaii license is about $220, and it depends on your birth date and the month of your application. And additionally, in Hawaii, you're going to pay $65 for a background check. $40 for the Hawaii background check and $75 for the paper exam. If I missed your state, just let me know in the comments below. So now you've taken your 40-hour course. Now you've taken your exam. Now you've gotten your home state license. What are you going to do next? You're going to go apply for reciprocity licenses. Now, most people don't know, but Georgia, Florida, and Texas all have the same reciprocity licenses. So yes, you can get Florida, and reciprocity means that you can basically work in other states, but you have to apply for those other state licenses. And as I just mentioned, Some of them are $50, some of them are $15. But if you watch this video right here, you can find out more information about the lowest cost licenses, because to be the most employable, you are going to want to get you're going to want to get 7 to 10 licenses. In fact, if you have the money, just get all the licenses, including Hawaii, California, and New York. However, you do have to take individual tests for each of those states. But if you have the money, just go ahead and apply for all 31 licenses. Now, if you don't have the funds, slowly collect your licenses. Need some help figuring out what licenses you should get? Let's schedule a time to talk. Oh, by the way, did I mention don't forget to like and subscribe, as well as share this video with other people, because it's very helpful in a small community to share whatever information that you get. Okay, so now you've got, oh, by the way, I've heard through the grapevine that there is a firm out there that looks for adjusters who have about 20 licenses. Now, because I heard that through the grapevine, I'm not going to say which firm that is, but I definitely trust this source. So I'm working my way from 10 licenses up to 20. Just have to pay for each one of those licenses, but I'm also considering doing California and Hawaii. Also, little other tidbit of information. There's a company out there, Safelite Auto Glass, that works with an insurance carrier. I cannot reveal which insurance carrier this is, but they have you get your Texas license, Arizona, Alaska license, New York, California, and Hawaii license. They pay really good at Safelite, so if you want to work with their team, look into getting those 6 licenses, but it's all auto, it's not property. So that is what it is. Now you have your multiple licenses. Your fingerprinting is going to vary again per state. Sometimes the departments or police departments will charge you $20 per card, and you have to submit 2 cards. Some of them will just charge you $20. Some licensing costs up to $50. Some of them are more. So it really just depends on what state you're getting. I think New York, New York is just a little tricky, but if I can remember, I'll go ahead and put up the cost of the New York fingerprinting. Some states require you to get bonds. New York is one of those states. The bonds will range from $75 to $150 depending on if you get a 1-year or 2-year bond. Other states require a bond if you want to become a public adjuster. I think in Georgia the bond is $50. Maybe it's $150. I'm not really sure. I don't have my PA license. States require, California requires a bond. New Mexico requires a bond. Florida is the only state that requires the appointment. Again, that's about $68. So you got your courses done, you got your exam done, you got your fingerprints done, your bonds, and your multiple licenses. Next, you're going to go out and get training. You don't want somebody unexperienced representing you in a court case or doing any type of surgery or anything. So you need to go out and get training and get experience. Now, to do this, companies like CNC, Pilot, Worley, Renfro, Ebro all have training, but they all have their different costs. You also want to get the State Farm Estimatics training, and that has its own individual cost too. I took mine through Pilot. I took mine through Renfro. One time it was $40 for the auto, but with property, because I did it in an emergency training, it didn't cost me anything. There's other companies that also offer the training. You just have to check their individual schedules. CNC has a 1-day training that is free. Pilot has a multiple day training up to a 6-day training, which is free. Renfro has a 2-day or 3-day boot camp. I believe the cost is about $238. If you want to become a flood adjuster, there's training for that. Pilot has some free training available, but if you're not able to make those trainings, other companies have training available that will range in between $200 to $300. Flood adjusters make the most money, and it's the least taxing of jobs, especially when you're a field adjuster, because most of the claims are going to be total losses. And remember that $438, $1,000 that I mentioned? Well, that's pretty much what you're going to hand the homeowner, and you make a percentage of that money. And just watch this video and I go over that whole thing about how much they get paid, but it's a lot. Taking those trainings, when you go out to pilots, you do not get paid for those trainings, but you do have to pay for your hotel. You do have to pay for your food, your gas, and your transportation. Some people go out to take RVs. I don't have an RV. I don't want to be driving an RV. I like my little fast little car that gets me around traffic, gets me being able to park quickly, but I can't sleep in it. 6-day, you can get an Airbnb. When I took the 6-day pilot training, I was able to find a nice hotel for homes 2 suites, something. I think it was by Hilton, and I was able to get my 6-day stay, my 6-night stay for $150. However, when I was driving to training one day, this pipe fell off the back of this flatbed and hit my windshield. Now the company replaced the windshield, but who paid for my car and then my Ubers to get back and forth from that training? I did. So that was a 70, probably almost another $100 expense that I had to have. And when I did the 2-day flood training with pilot, I think my hotel was like $119 or $138, so you can imagine that $155 was a really good steal, but I had a... So if you like this video, just give it a big old thumbs up and let me know that you liked it. And if you're shocked by how much it's going to cost to get in this industry, remember, you are not going to grad school, you're not going to undergrad, and you're not taking out $100,000 loans like lawyers and medical students. But guess what? You talk to medical doctors and you talk to lawyers all the time in this industry, and you're right up there making the same amount of money that they make too as well. So it's a really good industry. It's very, very lucrative. Oh, if you do want to be an outdoor adjuster, you should get your rope and harness training. It cost me, I think, $400 to get that training. Sometimes companies will provide that fee for you, and if you stay tuned and get on my job list below, you also have the opportunity to know about training that companies offer, because like for me, I didn't have to pay for my New York license or my New York exam because Renfro had a reimbursement going on at the time. So get on my job list, that way I can keep you notified of when those types of trainings come up. There's companies out in Denver like Mile High. I think that training is like $1,500, but they help you pass. There's a company down in Texas that is veteran owned. Their prices were bananas to me, bananas, but they guarantee you pass. So if you have the money, go ahead and take them. Mention me, you know, it does help support the channel, so please do. That's all I got. Talk to you next time.